The Bird of Gold, Augsburg, April 2nd, 1945. For some unfathomable reason, on this dark dawn in the spring of 1945, I remember a strange dream I had over a year ago. My father and I, the two of us, stood in the middle of our storage room called the Kamra. In this room, we kept sacks of flour, animal feed, and chopped up wood, and other odds and ends. I hated the Kamra. It was a dark, bleak place. When Mother sent me to fetch flour or wood, I hurried out of the Kamra as fast as I could. When I was little, I used to believe there were evil spirits in the dark corners of the Kamra and was terrified to enter it. But in my dream, I was standing in the middle of the Kamra with my father, without an apparent purpose. We just stood there, silently, our backs to the entrance where a dim light filtered in. The flour sacks stood menacingly against the wall, and the pile of wood harbored a strange, brooding stillness. Suddenly, a bird flew into the Kamra. An unusual bird with an egg-shaped body covered with golden feathers and large greenish-yellow wings. As it flew in, a shaft of bright light streamed in with the bird. The shaft of light followed the bird as it fluttered about. It hovered above my father's head, the light growing ever brighter until it bathed the bird in a glittering flood of blinding sparkle. But the room remained cloaked in darkness, and we too, my father and I, remained wrapped in the shadows. "Look at that bird!" my father called out, pale with shock. He was deeply moved, not frightened, strangely moved by the awesome sight. I glanced at the bird and then averted my eyes. I dared not look at it. It was too awesome, too frightening. I began to tremble. My father gripped my arm and again cried, "Look at that bird!" He stood transfixed, not moving his gaze from the horrible beauty of the apparition. His grip tightened on my arm. When I looked at him, he was no longer a living creature, but a gray statue with eyes lifted to the heights. His lips, motionless, kept whispering, "Look at that bird." When I awoke, I had a clear, dreadful knowledge that my father would be dead. I did not tell anyone of my dream. I did not ever think of that dream. Until now. And now, all of a sudden, the dream takes hold of me with the savagery of the dark, bitter cold dawn.